Hello, everyone. I'm your book friend Monica, and welcome to the Reader's Barrel Book Club, where books aren't just read, they are unpacked, questioned, and remembered. Today, I'll be talking about one of the most thought provoking novellas of the 20th century, Animal Farm by George Orwell. At first glance, Animal Farm might seem like a simple story about animals rebelling against their human owner to form a society of their own. But beneath that surface lies a powerful political allegory, a critique of totalitarian regimes, and more broadly, a mirror reflecting human ambition, manipulation, and the fragile nature of equality. So I'll narrate the story in brief. The story begins on Manor Farm, owned by the often drunk and negligent Mr. Jones. The animals, tired of their suffering and inspired by a wise old boar named Old Major, dream of a world where they can be free and equal. After Old Major's death, two pigs, Napoleon and Snowball, take the lead in the organizing a rebellion. They succeed in overthrowing Mr. Jones and rename the place Animal Farm, establishing the principle that all animals are equal. They create seven commandments that define their new philosophy of animalism. But soon, cracks begin to appear. Power begins to corrupt. Snowball, the more visionary and idealistic pig, is chased away by Napoleon, who uses fear and propaganda to solidify his own control. Slowly, the pigs become indistinguishable from the very humans they overthrew. The commandments are altered to suit the elite. The most haunting transformation comes in the form of the phrase, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. There are quite warnings inside the story. Like one warning is language is power. At the start, the animals agree on commandments like all animals are equal. But gradually, the pigs alter these rules without fanfare. By the end, it reads all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. No one protests. This is how propaganda works, not by shouting lies, but by quietly shifting meaning. Language becomes a weapon, soft, slow, and deadly. This technique isn't just confined to politics, it appears in everyday life, in media, advertising, even in interpersonal manipulation. When words are controlled, so are people. Another warning that lies here is the dangers of passive loyalty. Boxer, the loyal workhorse, represents the unquestioning follower. His constant response to crisis is I will work harder. But hard work without awareness becomes dangerous. His loyalty is exploited. When he is no longer useful, he is removed without honor, without mercy. This serves as a warning. Systems don't always reward virtue. Unquestioning obedience is not strength, it is a vulnerability. There is another warning here silence enables oppression. One of the most unsettling aspects of Animal Farm is not what the pigs do, but what the other animals don't. They see the changes, they feel the betrayal, but fear and confusion keep them quiet. And so the cycle of power and abuse continues. This is not just a lesson in governance, it's a reflection of everyday human behavior. When voices go silent, truth loses its witness. So, why Animal Farm still matters? Though written as a political satire, the relevance of Animal Farm extends beyond history books. Its insights apply to any environment where power exists: families, corporations, schools, institutions. It warns that revolution often fails not because of bad beginnings, but because of slow moral decay. The book also raises a deeper question: why do those who are oppressed sometimes accept their oppression? Fear, repetition, isolation, and doubt. These are the tools that shape obedience. When a lie is repeated enough, it starts to sound like truth. When a rule changes often enough, memory becomes unstable. And when silence spreads, resistance feels impossible. So, this is just not a wake up call. It's not just a story, but a wake up call. Animal Farm is not a political lecture, it is a quiet scream. Its power lies in how it slowly reveals the mechanism of control. It doesn't need dramatic scenes, it simply shows how easily idols can be twisted, how truth can be edited, and how hope can dissolve unnoticed. This is a book that teaches readers to question what they are told, to protect their memory, and to recognize the moment when freedom turns into illusion. Even decades later, Animal Farm remains disturbingly relevant. Its tragedy is not in its ending, but in how believable the journey is. Because the most dangerous systems don't collapse with a bang, they slip away one silent edit at a time. So, here are certain themes to reflect on. First is power and corruption. Orwell masterfully shows how noble ideals can be twisted when a few individuals gain unchecked power. Second, propaganda and misinformation. Through characters like Squealer, Orwell illustrates how truth can be manipulated to control public opinion. Blind loyalty and complacency. The hard-working horse boxer represents the loyal masses who work tirelessly, trusting the leadership even as they are being exploited. And the fourth one is the betrayal of ideals. Perhaps the most tragic part of Animal Farm is how the revolution meant to bring freedom ends up replacing one tyranny with another. So, though it was published in 1945, Animal Farm remains startlingly relevant. It warns us that revolution, no matter how well intended, can fail if people don't question authority, stay informed, and remain vigilant. The language is simple, the length is short, but the message enduring and sharp as ever. Whether you're new to Orwell or revisiting this classic, Animal Farm invites you to think, to question, to reflect. Because sometimes the most powerful truths are told not through speeches or essays, but through the voice of a pig standing on two legs, looking eerily like a human. So, thank you here for being here. If you enjoyed unpacking Animal Farm with me, stay tuned. Many more stories await us. Until next time, keep reading, keep reflecting, and remember, in our book club, every story finds its voice. If this story made you think, feel, or even just pause for a moment, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me in the comments, would you like to see more book reviews like this, and which book should I review next? Let's build a space where readers connect. One page, one idea, one conversation at a time. Thank you.